She's got thighs like a thigh. What? Thighs like a what? All night long. Let me see that thong. Is it too much? Is that too much, Geoff? Am I being too much right now?
I don't know if it's too much, but it's definitely something.
You know what? The correct answer there is it's never enough. Like, it's never enough to just go into a match just watching a few movies. No, you gotta prepare. And Geoff, I feel like you're a guy that prepares, aren't you?
I'd say I prepare a fair amount. I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to be here. You're going to go up against a pretty cool competitor. So I'm excited to finally see you in action. You've been doing a whole bunch of stuff with other groups, but to actually see you in an official match like this.
Yeah.
You excited?
I'm excited. A little bit, yeah. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm ready to go.
Me too. I'm so excited to be your manager, and I can't wait to see this play out. And I can't wait to see you walk away with the big W. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's go for it.
So this is the time where I just look at the camera, cut a big promo like I'm Ric Flair, yell to everyone saying I'm the best. I'm going to destroy this guy. I don't really want to do that. Am I good at trivia? Maybe. Am I good at do I know things about movies? A little bit. I've watched movies. So, it is what it is. If I know the questions, then I'll get the answers right. I tried to get them answers beforehand, but they said they got lost in the mail. So it is what it is. So we'll see what happens. My mom says I'm the best. And you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because I kind of want to win. So we'll see what I can do. Looking forward to it. Let's go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Full Metal Trivia. I am Andrew the Dive Bar. And over here is Jake, the other Jake M. Meltzer. Jake, how you doing today?
We're still going with that?
Sure.
I guess I have to beat that guy first. I feel great. I've got a couple beers in me. I hung out with some people that people around the Schmodown may know earlier today. So I'm feeling great right now. And I'm also feeling great because one of the most exciting things for me is to see a debut match. And I think we're going to have a really good one today.
Yeah, I think so too. These are two people in the online trivia community that I've been trying to keep an eye on. Brandon Cohen, I have seen play a couple classics. Brandon is very knowledgeable. He's very one person that I have been saying is someone to watch out for. And then we have Geoff Alterman. I don't know much about Geoff, but I watched his play-in, and he did a real good job in that. So I'm expect these two people to be on the rise rookies, and I'm also excited to see what they're doing or how they're going to do. My grammar is not my strong suit, but with that, we're going to introduce our competitors. And starting first with a record of 0-0, we have Geoff Alterman.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. You know what? It's really nice when you get asked how you're doing, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. And his opponent, also with a record of 0-0, making his debut as well, Brandon Cohen.
Oh, I'm ready.
I'm
ready. I got the game face on.
Oh, snap. Oh, my
God.
God.
It's way too hot. Don't take it off. All right, now I'm ready. Yeah, I'm not doing a full 45 minutes with that.
No,
I'm ready. Let's do it.
We appreciate that. All right, but with that, gentlemen, we're going to head into round one. Jake, hit him with the round one rules.
Absolutely. So round number one works like this. It works like pretty much every other league. Each competitor gets 8 questions from 8 different categories. For each question, you will have 15 seconds to write down an answer. After that time is up, you will show your answer on your whiteboard and say what you wrote. A correct answer is worth 1 point, and if you get it wrong, you don't lose a point. If the competitor answers all 8 questions correctly, they will receive a bonus question. For the duration of the match, you have 3 repeats and 1 challenge rule. Hopefully you don't have to use that because
we're crossing our fingers. All right, Jake, why don't you hit him up with that first question?
Okay, I guess I'm going first this time. All right, so the first question in round number one comes in the category of animated. What does Gru want to steal using vector shrink ray in the first Despicable Me film?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of these movies. I'm not a fan of Illumination.
Yeah, I've only seen the first two. Funnily enough, big South Park guy here. I have not seen the third one where Trey Parker plays the bad guy. You would think I'd be all over that.
I've heard that's a good thing, though. 5, 4,
Yeah, I assume.
3, 2,
Hard pass.
1. Let's start with Brandon
That's the moon.
and Jeff.
The moon.
All right, that is correct. So, your next question is going to come in the realm of comedy. Who plays Tommy's father, Big Tom Callahan, in Tommy Boy? My mom apparently loves this movie, and that shocks me because it's not something I would think is up her alley.
It's not a Mrs. Barr type of movie.
You would think it's not, but it is.
What is
5,
a Mrs. Barr type of movie now?
4. Maybe something like Sense and Sensibility. 2, 1. Jeff
Brian Dennehy.
and Brandon.
Couldn't pull it.
All right. Well, Brian Dennehy is correct. Jeff takes a 2-1 lead, but it's only the beginning of the match. Anything can happen. Going into question 3.
Question 3 is in the category of actors and actresses. Henry Cavill made his debut in which 2002 adventure film?
Is there anybody more dreamy than Henry Cavill?
God, that's a really good question.
Is anybody... Go ahead.
I will say he's one of like 5 people on Earth who can pull off like a legit mustache without looking like a sex offender.
5, 4. Where do I fall into that? 2.
No comment.
1. How dare you? Let's go to Brandon.
No idea. I just wrote National Treasure.
All right. And Jeff.
I also had no idea. I said Rain of Fire.
Jake, what is the correct answer?
It is a personal favorite of mine, The Count of Monte Cristo.
Don't worry, guys. I missed that in testing. So,
Yep.
all right. Your next category is going to come in family films. These are movies that the kids are allowed to be brought to. In Cheaper by the Dozen, Tom Baker moves his family when he gets a Division I coaching job in what sport? I have had to watch this movie twice now.
I've had to watch this movie 3 times now because we both had to study this for a deep cut against one
The same person.
Caleb Boatman. It worked out a lot
5,
better for you than it did for me.
4,
Let's say that one.
3, 2, 1. That was a fluke. I stand by that. Let's start with Jeff
I don't know. I said swimming.
and Brandon.
Didn't they play volleyball in the movie? So I said volleyball.
Yeah, it is a ball one, but it's football. Football.
American football. Yes.
Right.
All right. So we get to question 5, which is in the Full Metal favorite non-U.S. films. Who plays the nameless hero in 2002's Hero? I just realized this.
Jake, I gotta tell you.
Okay.
Oh,
Go ahead.
no. After you. My thing lagged. So,
Okay. This is like the second 2002 movie I wrote about. That was totally unintentional. I just thought that would be questions.
hey, look, it happens sometimes. A lot of movies come out in the same year. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brandon
Jet Li.
and Jeff.
Jet Li.
That is correct. All right, your 6th category is going to come in drama, or as my grandmother would call it, drama. In 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Mildred Hayes is upset with the police investigation of the murder of which of her family members? This movie slaps. Martin
True.
McDonough is a genius, in my opinion.
Also true.
I look forward to anything he does. He's definitely one of those guys. Even if I'm not as high on this movie, but I just always love his dialogue.
5,
Absolutely.
4, 3.
I will see. I
2.
will definitely be there for the next one.
1. All right. Geoff, let's start with you.
Daughter.
And Brandon.
Her daughter.
All right, here we go. Building some steam now.
All right, and we get on to your penultimate category. Penultimate category.
Pent.
Stop that right now. The category is classics. In Brief Encounter, the lovers' final brief encounter takes place in what type of location? And we just need a general answer here.
Yeah, but no need to be over specific with this.
Yeah, people get in trouble for that a lot in this community with some of the
Yeah,
right?
Brian Michaels.
Little champion Brian Michaels. It doesn't seem to have hurt him too much.
Oh, I never said his. I coughed. That's just my allergies acting up.
Maybe, yeah.
5.
I must just be
4,
interpreting
3,
that subliminally.
2. I think you were. 1. Brandon.
Park.
And Geoff.
I don't know. I said bar.
We're looking for a train station.
Okay.
Yeah. No worries. I guessed one of those in testing. So I won't tell you which one, though. But your final category is going to come in plot summary. Get ready for this at the end of every round 1, you guys. Name the film. The accidental death of the older son of an affluent family deeply strains the relationships among the bitter mother, the good-natured father, and the guilt-ridden younger son. Not much that I can say without really giving much away with this one. But how's your family doing?
Are you talking about financially?
I meant health-wise, but yeah.
Good. My mom is fully vaccinated. My dad is halfway there, as
Excellent.
am I, thankfully.
Repeat the question.
5. Oh, all right. Geoff using his first repeat. All right. Category plot summary. Name the film. The accidental death of the older son of an affluent family deeply strains the relationships among the bitter mother, the good-natured father, and the guilt-ridden younger son. Fun story about my family. My brother's getting married in a few months.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Marrying his college sweetheart.
Oh, yeah. And that's worked out for them. That's good. I can't say the same for me.
Yeah, me neither. Living the single guy's life. Give me 5. Yeah.
I don't know how to do this. I'm still figuring this out after a year.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Geoff.
Yeah, I didn't have it. I said Ben is back.
All right, and Brandon.
I had no idea, but the wrong kid died in Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
The wrong kid did die in Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, but we are looking for ordinary people.
Don't know what that is.
Or
watch that movie; it is really good.
It's a Robert Redford movie, 1980. Yeah,
that's right. All right, but with that, we're going to take a brief little break here, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back after that quick score count. After round 1, Geoff is in the lead with 4 points, but right close behind him is Brandon with 3 points. So this is still a tight match. We are going into round 2. Jake, give them the rules of round 2.
All right, round 2 is the good old-fashioned real wheel round. So the leading competitor will decide whether they want to go first or second. Player going first will bet on either red or black, which will be their version of Spinner's Choice. The wheel will be spun and will land on either a category or a color. If a color is spun, the competitor with the corresponding color will choose a category for themselves or their opponent. If a category is spun, the competitor can choose to take it or respin. If they respin, they will have to stick with whatever category the wheel lands on. You will receive 4 questions per category worth 2 points each, or you can check down to multiple choice, reducing the value to 1 point. Stealing is available, so if you get a question wrong, your opponent has the opportunity to steal for the corresponding point value. So I believe Geoff, as we established, Geoff is in the lead, so you can bring in Alex to decide
Oh.
whether Geoff wants to go first or second.
Now, real quick before we do that, would you mind giving them their categories? And Geoff, will you please bring up the wheel?
Oh yeah, I probably should do that. That's a good idea. All right. So your categories are written and or directed by Scott Frank, action adventure, Nora Ephron, horror, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Oscars, 1999 movies, Don't Stop the Music, movies about music, Paul Newman, romance/rom-coms, and Brandon's strength of hockey movies, and Geoff's strength of directors, along with the aforementioned red and black.
All right. So, Geoff, would you like to go first or second?
Alex, what I'm thinking here is I don't really believe in momentum. I believe that every round is its own thing. So I feel more comfortable going second. I always like to kind of see what happens first. Kind of gives me a better perspective on what to do. I just want to get your thoughts.
Can you scroll down to the categories?
Yeah, of course.
I just want to read them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I will repeat those for you real quick. They are written or directed by Scott Frank, action adventure, Nora Ephron, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Don't Stop the Music, which is movies about music, romance rom-coms, hockey movies, horror, Oscars, 1999, Paul Newman, directors, and I think that's it.
I definitely have to agree with you, Geoff, 100%. Now, there are a few categories where I'm like, this is very hit and miss. So I do think it would probably be best for him to go first.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'd like to defer and let Brandon go first.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So with that, Brandon, you can choose what color you get. Would you like red or black?
Or red.
All right. So if you land on red, that's going to be spinner's choice. If you land on black, it's going to be opponent's choice, essentially. So
Gotcha.
Let us give you your first spin. Red, spinner's choice.
Okay. I think I'm. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Actually, not going to go with hockey movies. I think I'm going to go with horror.
Horror. All right. So, Jake, would you like to read Brandon his horror category?
Yes. Let me just pull it up here. All right. Yes, I can do that. So, Brandon, your first question in horror. In 1989's Pet Sematary, when Lewis wakes up from a nightmare, what specifically does he notice? And Geoff, just keep your hands up.
Multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice options. Is it A, his feet are covered in dirt? B, he is wearing gloves? C, the hallway light is turned on? Or D, he has blood on his hands?
A, his feet are covered in dirt.
That is correct for 1 point. Your second question. Who stars as Jesse in 2003's Wrong Turn?
Oh. Multiple.
Your multiple choice options. Is it A, Charisma Carpenter, B, Michelle Trachtenberg, C, Eliza Dushku, or D, Kirsten Dunst?
Wrong Turn. Eliza Dushku.
That is a 5x5 answer. That is correct for 1 point. Shout out to the Buffy heads out there, though maybe not anymore because that guy's canceled. All right, moving on. I am. It's true. You see the glasses? All right. Question 3 in horror. In Midsommar, the commune Pele is from has a midsummer celebration that occurs every how many years?
Oh. Do I want to throw out a guess or do I want to... I'm just going to minimize this. I'll go multiple.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, every 30 years, B, every 60 years, C, every 72 years, or D, every 90 years?
I'll go 30.
That is incorrect. Going to Geoff for the 1-point steal. I'll give you your options again. Is it A, 30 years, B, 60 years, C, 72 years, or D, every 90 years?
D, 90 years.
That is correct for 1-point steal. Big 1-point steal. All right. Brandon, your final question in horror. Who directed Hellraiser?
Is it Clive Barker?
That is correct for 2 big points to close out
2
round number 2.
big points for that. All right. So we have Brandon at 7 and Geoff at 5 getting that 1-point steal. So we are going to come over to Geoff's spin. Geoff, your spin is away. Hockey movies. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I
You want to keep it,
believe,
right?
absolutely. I definitely want to spin again, please.
Okay.
Bam.
Okay. You had me for a split second. I'm not going to lie.
Not a bad fit. Not a bad attempt at a fake out.
I know there's a sudden death question there with Jake right now.
Nora Ephron.
Okay. Can I talk with my guy for a minute?
Very briefly.
Very quickly?
Very quickly.
Hey, awesome 1-point steal. So proud of you. Oh my gosh. I was like, when the Hellraiser question popped up, just saying, I was super excited just because I love that movie. It's so weird. But just saying, keep calm going into this round. No pressure. Just kind of close your eyes and just kind of zone out listening to it. Okay? You got this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you for that, Alex. I will be reading your questions in Nora Ephron. Oh, look, it's just the one right above it. That's perfect. All right. Your first question in Nora Ephron. In Sleepless in Seattle, what item does Jonah leave behind on the observation deck of the Empire State Building?
His backpack.
For 2 points. Your next question. Who portrays Julia Child's husband, Paul, in Julie and Julia?
Stanley Tucci.
For another
That is
2
also
points.
correct.
Question number 3. Mixed Nuts takes place during what holiday?
Christmas.
For 2 more points. All right, and your final question in Nora Ephron. How many times has Nora Ephron been nominated for the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay?
Can I get a multiple choice?
Yes, you can. Your multiple choice options are A1, B2, C3, or D4.
I'm going to go with 1.
That is incorrect. Chance for the 1-point steal. Brandon, your options again are A1, B2, C3, or D4.
I'm going to say 2.
That is also incorrect. The correct answer is 3. The movies being Silkwood, Sleepless in Seattle, and When Harry Met Sally. So yes, that is the correct score, not what I was reading on my board. It is 11-7, but we're going to do some quick catch-ups, and we'll be right back after this. All right, we are back after a conversation about my terrible math and how Wawa is better than Sheets. But we are moving into round 3. Jake, hit him up with the round 3 rules.
All right, it is anyone's game because of round number 3. So you will get 3 questions, 1 worth 2 points and 2 worth 4 points. There is no multiple choice, but also no stealing. You have 8 slices with 8 different movies to choose from that you have watched. And players will only have the option to respin once throughout round 3. So if a movie has no questions remaining for a respective point value and a player lands on it, they will get a technical respin. The player behind will start answering questions first. Once that player ties or moves ahead of their opponent, the other player will get their first question. On the first 4-point spin for a player, the first 4-point question will be asked. On the second 4-point spin for the same player, the second 4-point question will be asked. Unless the same movie gets one for both players' first spin, in which case they will both be, the second one will get asked if the first one was already asked. So your movies for this match: Superbad, The Dead Don't Die, Training Day, The Court Jester, The Neverending Story, Fruitvale Station, The Castle, and Monty Python's Life of Brian.
All right. And with that, Brandon, since you are behind your first, here is your 2-point spin. Superbad, would you like to keep that or spin again?
Let me just talk to myself for a second because I have no manager. Good job, round 2. Stupid not taking hockey movies. I know I'm an idiot. Let's go Superbad.
All right. So since I read Geoff his questions in round 2, I will be reading Brandon his questions in round 3. Brandon, are you ready?
No.
Great. All right, your first 2-point question, well, your only 2-point question is, who plays Officer Slater?
Just trying to think. Is it Bill Hader?
For 2 points.
I was trying to figure out between the two.
Always go with Bill Hader. That's my rule. It's always go
It was
with
less
Bill.
obvious than Seth Rogen, so.
Officer
All right.
Slater, go Bill Hader.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
all right.
That's why he called him that.
So, we're going to stick with Brandon since he is still behind. Brandon, here is your first 4-pointer. Fruitvale Station, would you like to keep that or spin again?
I've seen it, but I didn't get to rewatch it. If I take the chance. What's the score?
It is 9-11.
And I get 2 4-point questions, right?
Yes, you do.
But
Okay.
only one respin.
Yeah,
But only one respin. Yes.
Yeah. So I'll take it now.
Okay.
Respin.
Oh, the respin. Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. Let's see what you get. Whatever you get, you are stuck with from now on. Training Day.
Perfect.
All right. So let me find your Training Day question. Here we go. All right. Brandon, your first 4-point question coming in the film Training Day is, what does Alonzo give the Sandman's wife in place of an actual arrest warrant?
The takeout menu.
I think
We can accept that. Yeah, absolutely. That is correct.
4 big points.
2,
And now we
3,
go to
4.
Geoff for the opportunity to tie it up here.
Tie it up here.
I was really hoping the question for Training Day would be, name all 3 musicians that make cameos. Because when I saw it for the first time just a few days ago, I was like, wait.
I did write down 2 of them.
All right.
So the castle, would you like to keep that or spin again?
Geoff?
Yes, let's keep it.
Okay.
I
wanna
like
keep
the
it.
confidence.
All right, so we will see Alex later, and we are going to the castle. Jake, hit Geoff up with his 2-point question.
I certainly can. So, Geoff, your 2-pointer in the castle. Who plays Khan?
Plays Con.
Yes.
No context.
Brandon, can you just keep your... Okay, good.
Yeah,
Thank
sorry.
you. You're fine.
Eric Bana.
That is correct for 2 points.
Good.
Okay,
And,
so
do we want to stick with Geoff here for his?
yes,
first
we are
four
going to
points?
be sticking with Geoff since he has more questions left. All right. So Geoff, here is the first spin
Just
for
saying,
your
Jeff, you're
four.
Jeff, you're a fucking star. It's the truth. It is.
So the never-ending story. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I'm gonna leave this up to you. There's a lot of information in this, but I know you saw it very recently. So
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
watched it, but I'm not. It's definitely more dense for a fantasy film.
Mhm.
I do feel more confident about it, I think, than some other ones. But I think I'll go with the respin
Okay.
just to see.
Okay. So
Okay.
we are going
All right,
with
let's
a
do it.
respin. So from now on, whatever you get, you are stuck
No
with.
matter-
All right, so we're going to go to the second question in training day.
Is it about the musicians?
You'll find out.
Yeah, you're about
Great.
to find out. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so there we go.
Yeah. So your second 4-pointer, the second 4-pointer, your first 4-point question, Geoff, in training day. What does Alonzo tell Jake that the gas chamber smells like?
Um, ooh, I
5, 4, 3, 2.
repeat the question.
Okay, that's
That
your
is
second
yours.
repeat.
Yes. So, all right. Your 4-pointer in training day. What does Alonzo tell Jake that the gas chamber smells like?
I don't know. I'm gonna say it smells like death.
That is incorrect. Unless pine oil smells like death, because pine oil is the correct answer.
All right.
So are we sticking
So-
with Geoff for his second 4-pointer?
No, we will be going to Brandon first, since he spun first, and they both only have one left. So, Brandon, here is your final 4-point spin, and you have to take whatever it lands on.
Okay.
Monty Python's Life of Brian. All right. So, Brandon, your second 4-point question coming in the movie Monty Python, The Life of Brian is: after Brian haggles for the fake beard to hide himself from the Romans, what else does the haggler give him?
A gourd.
For 4 big points.
Yes, sir.
All right. So with that, we're going over to Geoff for his final 4-point spin. Geoff needs to hit this to send it into sudden death. So here we go. Geoff, you have to stick with whatever you land on. Super bad.
Okay.
Okay. You got your repeats. Remember to pay attention to the question. A lot of the characters in here are going to get a little wonky.
Yeah, I think I get one repeat left, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
One, yes. But just keep that in mind. Stay focused, okay? You got it.
Okay.
All right. Geoff, your second 4-pointer coming in super bad. Where did Officer Slater meet his current wife?
Hmm.
5.
Repeat.
That's
That
your
is your
final.
final repeat. Where did Officer Slater meet his current wife?
A strip club?
And And your winner, Brandon Cohen. The correct answer is a paintball location, a paintball field, a paintball arena. So with that, let us talk to our unfortunate second place finishers today, Geoff and his manager, Alex. Geoff, you did a really great job, actually. You cleaned round 2 pretty well. You picked up a steal. Unfortunately, round 3 just didn't go your way. May just not have gotten the spins or the questions that were beneficial to you at the time. But once again, you did a fantastic job. What are your thoughts coming out of this match?
I mean, I wish I did a little better in round 1. There were a couple round questions that I definitely realized that I didn't know the answer to, but what are you going to do about that? And then when it came to round 3, I rewatched and I prepped for the movies that weren't asked. So that's just kind of how it goes. I mean, that's kind of how it happens. So, oh well, next time.
Yeah. Believe me, there have been times where I could not get to a movie, and it's the one that decided like my fate. So it unfortunately does happen. Alex, do you have anything to say to your player? Do you have any words of wisdom or encouragement?
Absolutely. This is Geoff. This is your first match ever. And so the goal from this match, obviously, ideally you want to walk away with a win, which is great. And congratulations, Brandon, by the way. But also the goal from this match is just to actually compete, get into the swing of things, get comfortable, because let's face it, we can do practice matches and all that fun stuff all day, but it's not going to mean jack squat until the camera starts going live and we're actually under a little bit more pressure than we're used to. So I'm so proud of you. This is a learning experience. We're going to keep going forward, and we're going to just do more training. It's a learning experience. That's all. Yeah.
Absolutely. You did prove yourself to be a very able and dangerous competitor going forward. Once again, just things didn't go your way. We can tell that you know what you know, and that you're really good at that. Jake, any last words for Geoff before he goes?
Yeah, Geoff obviously proved himself to be a really formidable competitor. Was leading.
That's the phrase I was looking for.
Yes, formidable. Leading after each of the first 2 rounds, really cleaned up in Nora Ephron, which is really impressive. It's not necessarily a category a lot of people around here are familiar with, so that was really impressive. And yeah, round 3 is a beast. And since I think for Geoff, you've never competed in movie trivia anywhere, so just I think when you get more experience with studying for deep cut matches, I think you're somebody who clearly has the knowledge, and I think is somebody that once you get a little more used to sort of what sorts of questions you might get in round 3, I think that whoever you play next is definitely going to have a fight on their hands.
Yeah. Speaking of which, last thing before we send you off, do you know of anybody who's playing that you may want to play in the future, or are you just open to whoever we throw it next at you?
I'm pretty much open to anyone. I'm sure I know of a couple names that are involved that are going to get matches at some point, but I'm really open to anyone. Also get to meet new people.
Yeah. That's a winning spirit right there. So with that, thank you so much, guys, for coming. We're going to talk to you after the recording is over. And let's bring our winner, Brandon Cohen. Hey, Brandon, you played a great game. Round 3 really worked in your favor. Yes, absolutely swept it, which honestly, not a lot of people do. Oftentimes, there's at least one miss. It's very rare to get all 10, and you were able to pull it out. Come from behind win, I bet that feels absolutely incredible and very relieving. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, honestly, I could have played better. Round 1 didn't go really the way I wanted it to. Round 2, going with horror instead of hockey, thought that was going to come and bite me when he did amazing in Nora Ephron. But honestly, this is like the perfect way to win your first match, coming from behind, showing what I can really do and what I really know. So I'm actually kind of happy with it rather than just, winning straight out, coming from behind. Yeah. More fun that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's honestly the most important thing here in these online trivia leagues is to have fun. And it worked absolutely in your favor today. I don't really have any more questions for you other than once I'm going to ask you the same question though. Is there anyone that you know is playing that you'd like to eventually face, or you just kind of open to whoever the Full Metal Titans throw at you?
Really, the people who, I mean, it's hard. The people who have beaten me in past classics, they're in a higher league now, so that's hard to say there. But really, you know, I want to face everyone. I want to face everyone. I want to lose to everyone or beat everyone. I don't care. I just want to play. I tasted blood now. I've finished. I've been the runner-up so many times, so it's finally to get that first win. I'm ready to go.
I'm scared. He's tasted blood, Jake.
I know. I'm curious what that tastes like too. I've never tasted blood myself.
Like pine oil.
Good response. Golf slaps. Golf slaps. Jake, any last thoughts before we close out?
Yeah, I guess Brandon, having never done it, I've never seen you in like a one-on-one match. I've only really seen you in classics. But what was your? Because so by that nature, I don't think you've really done this sort of deep cut studying before for movies. So what was, obviously you swept, which for a debut one-on-one match, incredibly impressive. What was your strategy going into like approaching round 3 where you felt like you were comfortable with?
I mean, Superbad, one of my favorite movies, so I didn't bother with that one. I had just watched Life of Brian, but I decided, you know, screw it, I can't get enough of that movie, so I watched that again. Fruitvale I had seen but didn't go with, and then I just rewatched Training Day. I watched pretty much all of them except for, I thought this match was at 4:30, and so I still have 10 minutes left of the castle. So I don't know how. So luckily there was no question about the ending of that because I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that has bitten people in the butt before, missing the last 10 minutes, and the question being in the last 10 minutes.
So really just trying to watch what I wasn't really aware of. I was actually kind of more like strengthening what I did know, and then just taking note of everything. Like every time something come up, like, oh, there's 3 actors in that one, or in Dead Don't Die, there's 4 musicians in that one. So just trying to. Yeah, you know, just trying to watch it from a completely different perspective than I'm used to, but it was definitely an experience, like watching movies that way.
Yeah, absolutely. So Geoff, we will see you in the future, as well as Brandon. Brandon, starting out with a 1-0 record. Congratulations! Can't wait to see what else you bring to this league. Thank you so much for coming. All right, and there we go. So 2 competitors that really proved their stuff today in the debut match, which is always very exciting to see. Brandon just squeaking out the win there, but Geoff really showing that he has that rich, broad knowledge that you need in these leagues. Jake, what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I think this was a really good debut match. Both these guys, like you said, they both really showed their stuff. They showed that whoever they play next, that opponent is not going to be able to take either of these guys for granted. And like I said to Brandon, I'm legitimately super impressed that he swept round 3 in his first ever Full Metal match. That is no mean feat. I think that should put everybody on notice that no lead is safe from Brandon, because clearly he was able to get those questions pretty easily, and those are not easy questions to answer at all.
He picked up Gord real quick, and I was super impressed with that. I would not have got that. Yeah,
that's not on Wikipedia. So,
but with that, thank you so much to my co-host Jake Meltzer, head question writer, co-host extraordinaire. Thank you for Alex for coming. Thank you to her player Geoff. Thank you for Brandon. Let's bring in Geoff Faru real quick. Just want to give an appreciation to this man running the entire stream, being there if we needed a third opinion on something. Thank you so much, Geoff. Really appreciate it.
Always.
So with that, from Full Metal, my sister thanks you, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, and I thank you. Have a good night, everybody.